And again, hello and welcome everyone on AIS platform, just to share with you another subject today and giving you a perspective from the Ayurvedic philosophy. We are talking about mental health and role of our 7 chakras in our mental health and how we can keep our chakras balance. Now, when we talk about mental health, I'm sure all of us are very much aware about this issue. While we have taken our awareness towards physical well-being at a different level by making changes in our life, diet, so many various aspects people have tried to incorporate in the pursuit of well-being. But still, mental health is such an issue which sometimes in communities seen as a stigma, and not many modalities, not many systems talk about how we can take control of our mental well-being in our hand and how we can observe that at what level my mental well-being is, my mental health is. So when we talk about mental health, first of all, we need to understand what exactly mental health is. So mental health is in a very simple term what Ayurveda talk about. When due to various reasons, one is not able to think clearly, when due to so many reasons around us, one will be getting affected by such small issues at a mental and emotional level and unable to handle them, they can then start becoming issues like from simple anxiety to deeper schizophrenic sort of issues. But in that whole path, there are so many levels which one can become more and more aware and prevent themselves ending into that level where your medical intervention is unavoidable. And then society will start evaluating you. Society will start labeling that person. And that is what we see around all the time, that when someone not able to handle simple level of anxieties, worries, stress, and then deep-seated emotion is the biggest component in this whole part. Because these aspects of anxieties, worries, or panic attack, or even depression, they are the component which will come with us as we grow. But the core cause, the bottom line, is about our deep-seated emotions, which can be happening when the person is at a very young age, even as young as we can say 3 years onward, and certain things are in the surroundings are happening, and those memories can ultimately become suppressed emotions, because at that time the person is not able to handle them, because neither the people around them, what we call as their parent, their caretaker, will ever know what to do, how to handle them. There is no education at that time. Every parent knows how to provide food and how to provide clothes to the little one, but no one is in a position to give them the education how to deal with the mind, because no one knows about the mind. And this is something very important from the Ayurvedic perspective and the yogic understanding, where we talk about in Ayurvedic psychology that nervous system is totally different aspect. But to impact the nervous system, there are various components. And this is what we call as non-physical components, and the mind is one of them. But then mind is the one component. There are so many other aspects when you go a bit more deeper. And one of them is our 7 chakras. 7 chakras play a huge role in one's total well-being. I hope many who are associated with Ayurveda, they must have heard word ojas, that how ojas can be built and how one is born with that ojas, which somehow we relate in a literal English, what we call as immunity. But that ojas is much more different to what we can call as our natural immunity. But that aspect of 7 chakras, which every one of us is born with, and those chakras can carry the memory of our various previous lives. And that is where the aspect in Ayurvedic philosophy at a deeper level we talk about, that those can be assessed in very early stages also, that how the state of one's chakras are, and then helping that individual to balance those chakras or to look after those chakras themselves or by our various practitioners who have this skill, who are well equipped. When I say well equipped, anyone who is dealing with helping their people around them who come to their clinic for such help has to live a very balanced life. This is not something that you can open your clinic and start practicing and not look at your lifestyle, not look at your diet, not look at your mental state or whatever. This practice is very precise, and now because these are not something the parameter of the medical council, that these are the degrees and these are the aspect one has to abide, otherwise your registration will be cancelled. And that's what people take advantage of, and in spite of these things, whenever being taught to them, will be very clearly defined, very clearly shared, but for the sake of learning, they will make a commitment, make a statement that yes, this is what my lifestyle is, this is what my day-to-day diet is, or all other aspect, and able to acquire those kind of skills. And one of them is what we call as a Ayurvedic Chakras vibrational healing treatment, which is one of the most profound treatment till date that can help to balance chakra of someone whose chakras at a deeper levels are affected. But to acquire that level of technique and skill, one has to totally making sure their own lifestyle is very much on those lines. But coming back to the chakras imbalance, as I said, that those chakras can get imbalanced at a very early stage. And if you visit those practitioners, they can help you to assess the state of your chakra and help you to have even a home program to follow and to abide certain practices. And in addition, means alongside, they can also give you diet and lifestyle regime and certain other aspect, because in this treatment, while this technique which I'm talking about, the Ayurvedic vibrational chakra sparsha healing treatment is very specific and the only practitioner will do, but then that practitioner will be capable to provide you some home program and prevent from the early stages getting identified that there is a vulnerability at your level with your chakras, so that they don't get aggravated down the track. So that is the one way one can look at their mental health, that if the chakras are vulnerable, you might be able to do different kind of treatments, whether you follow medical systems and keep taking the impact of these various mental issues or mental symptoms, what we talk about, or emotional symptoms of anxieties and worries, and start taking either antidepressant or sleeping pill or some other multivitamins, or even you might take some Ayurvedic herbs of ashwagandha, brahmi or jatamansi. But until you have not looked into much more deeper and have looked into the bigger picture, and if your chakras diagnosis goes unnoticed, you will be able to get much benefit because of this profound treatment what a qualified Ayurvedic practitioner provides you, whether we talk about Shirodhara or whether we talk about clinical guided meditation technique, or can give you a program based on Ayurvedic emotional healing program, in which is very, again, very precise and specific program, and have given you some nervine formulations, not just using Brahmi or ashwagandha or this kind of medicines from the shelf as a single product and like that, because again, as we have always talked about, that Ayurvedic product does not work if you are giving them single herbs formulation. Ayurvedic herbs always work with the synergy of the herbs, and that is the key element every Ayurvedic practitioner has to follow. And that is the reason nowadays you will see in various health shops, because Ayurveda is becoming more and more popular, and Ayurvedic herb also becoming popular. So you can see various kind of product from different company, whether it is ashwagandha, whether it is brahmi, whether it is something else, is all there under the name of mental health and all that part. But those products, while those herbs are good, but single herbs not going to work. Has to be, that is why you have to go to an Ayurvedic practitioner to seek some help. And also this sort of understanding will only be with those kind of Ayurvedic practitioner who has learned Ayurveda in a traditional method, not the type of Ayurveda what we talk about in our Western world nowadays, that just the use of the herbs and other things. And especially when we're talking about the mental health, the picture has to be bigger. Your approach has to be bigger. You have to show the full movie. You can't show them in a trailer. Then one has to say, movie is still behind. So what I'm sharing here, mental health is not an stigma. Don't consider if you are suffering from some issues in your life. Every one of us can suffer. But you must evaluate at what level your mental issues are. And that can be assessed by a practitioner who is well equipped as an Ayurvedic practitioner, and especially who has done some skill learning through this Ayurvedic vibrational chakra sparsha healing treatment. If not, even then they will still have so much skill that they can help you. There is no other practitioner, with full respect to everyone and with humble part I'm sharing, that because only Ayurvedic psychology is what talk about the mind and these non-physical aspect, and they are the only one who can help and deal with such problem. But someone whose chakra has got affected, they will still able to get some benefit, but they will keep coming back to those problems. So you can yourself assess yourself. If you feel your mental health, in spite of your so much effort and right effort, is still keep coming, then you can easily identify that it must have impacted my deeper levels, which is chakras. And whatever chakra might be blocked, which can be assessed by those practitioners in an effective way, they can give you a complete plan. Unless there is a complete plan is not given, just going and working with, as we always talk about, there are so many places now around the world where you can go for Kundalini awakening and all that part, and then we have seen so much damage happen to those people who start this kind of teaching or learning or that part without getting themselves assessed that where they themselves are in their life. And if their life is not in balance at whatever level and start into teaching this Kundalini yoga or other and awakening the part or working with the chakras, we see all the time those people coming up with so many deeper imbalances and ailment, and then they wonder why I got this ailment. Because these are the non-physical aspect. Non-physical aspect means that relate with the bigger energy aspect, which is beyond individual's control. And in the same way, sufferings also come from that bigger energy levels. So it is not just in the books that I have read about 3 nadis and 107 nadis, and I have learned about the 5 koshas and 7 chakras. If I don't follow that energy flow, energy guidance and what are the guidelines, right? And someone will say where the guidelines are. Just read those ancient texts. Go to the Puranas, right? Just reading some basic Ayurvedic text and like that. Yes, you can become a lifestyle consultant, or you might think that you become an Ayurvedic practitioner by doing your advanced diploma qualifications, or you have done a little bit 2-3 visits to India and have learned Ayurveda. Does not give you that sort of deeper understanding. And that's where public also need to be more and more aware about that putting their life, your well-being in someone's hand can be more counterproductive. It is the same way we talk about Panchakarma in Ayurveda, and Panchakarma is one of the most profound Ayurvedic systematic detoxification and rejuvenation program. There is nothing parallel to that in the world till today, right? But then if we, on the name of Panchakarma, we feel that I have a home Panchakarma program, or I have a Panchakarma done here and there, and gone to India even and have 10 days of morning evening massage. Massage is not a Panchakarma. And that's where some people just think and they feel that, okay, I was given ghee to drink and I was given wonderful meal to eat and I lost 5 kilo weight and like that. Panchakarma is not a weight loss program. So that's a different part. We are talking about here the mental health and mental well-being, and then the role of the chakra. So what I'm sharing here is, if someone is suffering from mental health, don't first of all consider that it is a stigma. It is well manageable, can be handled, but its management is not just taking some pills to mask it. You need to be brave enough to become aware and able to identify that what are the factors which are making this state. And don't think that if you are today in darkness, you have to live in that darkness. You have the ability to get out. Any one of us can have the issue. Like say, for example, if I got in an accident and got my leg broken, does not mean my leg is not going to heal properly again and I can walk. As long as you have gone to the right practitioner, right orthopedic surgeon, and he has fixed it, there will be no issue. Same way is, if you have any issues at mental health and have been identified in a correct way by a right practitioner, you can be healed. And if that practitioner is capable and well equipped to identify the state of your chakras, they can give you a good program, and out of them the best treatment for chakra, as I shared before, is our chakra sparsha healing, vibrational healing massage and treatment program. So those who are learning this, you can go to them, and this is the program we at AIS now again have start offering. So those interested, they can contact the AIS principal and the coordinator, and he should be able to provide you the information. But those who have the certain health or mental emotional health issue, they must get themselves assessed and get in a full program before their chakras get affected more deeply. They need to have that plan, but always look for a complete program which Ayurvedic practitioner can offer you, right? Yes, there are Ayurvedic herbs, Ayurvedic products which help in that program. Treatments are there, as I mentioned, Shirobhasti, Dhara, and all those various other programs are there, but they have to come in conjunction with a complete program. So I thought I will share with all of you, because this is another always a moral and ethical responsibility of us who are associated with Ayurveda, that apart from just focusing on our own practice or teaching, we need to share with the public as well as with the practitioner that what the right processes, and because Ayurveda is becoming more and more now acceptable in this part of the world, and if we who are associated with Ayurveda don't make our public more and more aware about their well-being and also give them the options what are available through Ayurveda, we are not fulfilling our own dharma. And that's what my reason of coming here. And thanks everyone, and we will catch up next time.